Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Talk Tissue. We are now in 2026, and we're very excited to talk to Brian Steenrod again from Autotech Solutions. He is the VP of Roll Handling Solutions for Autotech. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing awesome as always, as sometimes and always. It's a new year, cold. We've discussed that a little bit as well, but excited to be in 2026, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Tissue Summit and what that means for this year for Tissue Online. But this is our second time talking now. We had Talk Tissue last year. So I guess let's start off with what has changed from last year to this year and how are things going for Autotech?
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're happy to be back. So thanks for taking the time for me today. We were talking about 2025 and 2026. We had a big development year as far as our equipment offering goes. On the roll handling side, we've come up with some really great new technologies for unloading parent rolls from the winder.
Interesting.
And that would go along with reloading the shafts and the core handling as well. So super excited to get deeper into that. We also have developed broke handling and core slabbing
Oh,
technologies.
wow.
So I can't get too deep in that because these
Yeah.
are things are under development. By the time we get to your tissue summit, we should have a lot more information on that. Also on the roll handling side, we have further developed our robotic core plugging.
Okay.
And we just see that as one of the areas that when people see it and how we're doing it, it is a patented technology that they just jump all over it because it just eliminates the aggravation of doing it manually. So it's a completely automated system for core plugging. So that would kind of handle the roll handling side. On the converting side, we continue to develop our palletizers, be it for bulk pack, for things that are put in cases, for club packs. So any of the material handling that would go along with that, the conveying systems, the end of arm tools. But the biggest development there was in our stretch wrappers.
Okay.
We were already making our own vertical stretch wrappers to unitize those loads before they go on the trucks.
Okay.
But we have a complete redesign on our film heads, super tall loads. So we've got a couple of those machines on our floor right now that are getting ready to go through the FAT and the shipment.
Amazing. Wow. So I had a quick question about the core plugging. I mean,
Yes,
I'm kind of familiar with it. So what percentage of the market is currently doing this manually? Is it
it's a
90%?
good question because not everybody does it.
Okay.
Boy, I'd have to pull a number out of the air as far as what percentage. I just know that people are still doing it, and the ones that are doing it manually, I mean, you're just asking a guy to reach up over his head with a
Yeah.
mallet and pound something in. So it's just it's one of those dirty jobs,
Sure.
dull, dangerous, and dirty. That's perfect for a robotic application.
Wow, I'm really excited to see this because it definitely sounds like it could solve some safety headaches in the mill. Anytime you have someone swinging overhead, I mean
Exactly,
that's bad news.
exactly.
Um, so for the converting side, some new stuff coming on board for you, and we have some pictures and videos that we will put into this video to give people an idea. Um, so what do you see happening within the industry in 2026? I know 2025, it seemed like the story was tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. How did that affect you, and how are we looking in 2026?
I think what the tariffs did was create uncertainty. We still had plenty of activity and we did take orders, but so many things just got pushed up to the finish line. And when it was time to pull the trigger, they said, we're just going to wait a little bit longer and make sure all of this is going to happen. Um, we are having an amazing 2026 already this
Wow,
year. So several
great.
of those things that were ready to go as soon as the new year hit, people said enough is enough. So we've already taken some great orders this year. So super happy about that, obviously. As far as the industry overall, you're privy to as many as the headlines as I am. And if
Mhm.
you take out a few big ones, right, there was International Paper closed up a
Yeah,
couple mills, IP splitting into two companies, Georgia Pacific closed Cedar Springs Mill, right?
yeah.
So those were kind of the negatives. But on the positive side, GP made a huge investment in Alabama, Sofidel, new tab line in North America. Kimberly Clark with their Beach Island investment and also Warren, Ohio.
Yeah.
FQT also going into Ohio. So we had all of these, big announcements. I can't speak for the whole industry, but the customers that we're dealing with are very upbeat and very positive and making investments.
Yeah, no, I mean, and like you were going off that list there, and you're exactly right. There's more and more coming online in North America. I speak to a lot of customers and industry people in Latin America, and it's not quite the same story. It does seem like a lot of the investments are shifting up here to North America, which is great. We have a very robust and dynamic market here, and it
Mhm.
does seem like things get spurned off. Whatever works here is then, allocated to the rest of the world. So I think, automation will continue to play an integral part in that. And you're coming up with some amazing solutions for, if there's anything currently done manually in a operation on the converting or on the paper side, on the wet end, I
That's right.
mean, there's a solution for that needs to come on board, right? So how are you kind of integrating that? How do you guys connect with the people at the mill to get that across?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, where we really excel as auto tech is if we can get in there and we can understand what they're living with and what their problems are, then sometimes we have out of the box solutions. This is the way that we do it. This is why we do it. This is a great solution. Here's your return on investment. Some of those projects go really quickly, but the directive has been because of the labor issue.
Yeah,
Hey, if we can automate, we want to consider it. And it's amazing the amount of projects that we see. Like I never anticipated 20 years ago, some things I thought would always be manually handled just
yeah,
because there's variety and there's different parameters. But now it's like, look, if it can, and we do some really unique projects where people pay us to pre-engineer those systems.
sure.
And we'll send engineers in and we do all the measurements and we scan and we come back and we come up with solutions and we present 3D models and we verify it will work in this sort of a cycle time. That can be a really fun process to work with customers on that side of it. I think it's one of the things that really differentiates Autotech. We're very engineering heavy
Yeah.
and we're pro solution, right? We're not pro product offering.
Sure. Yeah, and I think, the market, especially the bigger players in the tissue industry, very really, really appreciate that and understand that. And there aren't many companies like yours that are that dynamic and robust to be able to provide those solutions. But I think the tissue industry has figured out if they're not automating at this point, or they're still trying to nickel and dime with manual operations in many
Right.
cases, you're just not going to get very far, and the companies that have invested in automation, the speed of, it's a number of cases you can produce. That's the end game here. And the faster you can do that, the safer you can do that, the more efficient you can do that, you're going to win and you're going to be
You're
around
you're
for a while.
talking my language, Brian. You're talking
Yeah, I
my
know.
language.
We're bouncing off each other here. So, one of the ways we do understand what's going on in the industry is getting together. And I know that Autotech is preparing this year to be present at two events this year. Why don't you
Correct.
tell us about those?
Yeah, the first one we're going to is Tappy. That'll be in April in Columbus, Ohio. We are exhibiting there. So if anyone listens to this, we'd love for you to stop by, say hello, and we'd be happy to tell you more about what we do. And the second one is the Tissue Online North America show in Green Bay in November. And we're really looking forward to that, right? It's year one for this event, and I love the way you have it set up.
Mhm.
If I understand correctly, it's a hotbed of area for towel and tissue mills and paper. And you're limiting the amount of people that can be there. So we feel like there'll be great opportunities to have real intimate conversations, not just a quick handshake in an aisle.
Mhm.
And then, hopefully customers that are located in that area will come to the show and be ready to discuss real opportunities that can improve their mills.
Yep.
That's our approach. If we can just understand what you're doing, we can serve you. We know that if we work on a successful project together, that's the best path for us to form a long-term relationship. So Autotech is really looking to serve that customer and to get them the ultimate solution.
Yeah, and I think you've nailed the events pretty. TappyCon focuses on the paper and on the training and the technology side of it, and the Tissue Summit is going to be tissue specific. And as you said, we're hoping to leverage all the customers, a lot of their vendors and machine people, companies are in Green Bay already, so gives them an excuse to go. So, and we're definitely going to vet the people that come, and we're going to keep it small so everyone has a chance to meet everyone and
Mhm.
doesn't miss a chance. So, um, like I said, we're going to include some of the pictures of your new solutions that you send over, the ones you're going to be promoting for this year. So we hope that people have any more questions. You're very active on LinkedIn, and AutoTech is very active. We'll share your email and your contact information. Is there anything
Yeah,
else
that's
you'd
what I was
like to
going to
share?
mention. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's still LinkedIn, YouTube, and our website has a ton of information on it.
Good.
And honestly, the best way, if you just want to chat, if you just have a question, reach out. I would love to talk to you and find out what you have going on and see if we can be helpful in some way.
Yeah, no, Brian's been he's very available and he's a source of knowledge. So anyone listening, please reach out to Brian and AutoTech for more information. Thanks so much, Brian. We look forward to seeing you in November in Green Bay, and I'm sure we'll cross paths before then.
Thanks for having me back, Brian. Nice talking to
Thanks.
you.
See ya.
Take care.